Hello and welcome to 7 Days 3.0. I'm excited. I hope you are too. The new menu looks great. I love how it's like dynamic now. So yeah, I've decided I'm just gonna go ahead and start a new playthrough. There are lots of changes. If I'm strictly honest, I think just for the beginning, I'm probably just going to what are we in June 2026? I'm probably just going to stick to most of the default settings, but put it on warrior, which is what we were doing last time. Of course, I don't have the mods this time. That's fine. That's great. Um, but I'm just going to go ahead and start. Now, I know obviously there's all of the nuances with the new sandbox options. I do want to get into those at some point, but I think just kind of give this a bit of a refresh in the new 3.0, and then I think kind of save some of the sandbox options for future playlist ideas, challenge modes. We can really like play about with these things. So I'm going to go ahead and crack on and let's start a new world. Beautiful, beautiful. Here we go. Right, let's crack right in. I think for the most part that things are kind of the same in a sense. I know there's some few changes with some of the weapon modifications and how you can combine weapons now. Really interested to see how that's going to pan out. So I'm just going to go ahead and just do a couple of these straightforward missions. You've seen this in the last 4 episodes, so I'm probably just going to cut a little bit more than usual, just so we can quickly get back on track to where we was, and it's like we never left the last save. Okay, so we've come for our first new addition in 7 Days 3.0, the Combined Station. This is exactly what I was talking about. Obviously, I don't have anything to demonstrate, but I can put items in here to combine them. Two machine guns of the same type. I mean, really, I should probably just show you an example at some point anyway, but you get the idea. You can combine stuff and make better versions of it, really, yeah. Unbelievable. First zombie that I've had a fight with and I'm already infected. Terrific. Okay, I think this is new. This trash definitely looks different. Now, I did see a couple of comments online from people saying that they were concerned about the Fun Pimp's potential use of like AI to generate some of the stuff. I mean, listen, rumors fly fast. I would just maybe give it a chance before, we condemn them for any usage of stuff like that. Just hold your horses. We don't know that for sure. It's easy to jump on bandwagons, but the new sign looks pretty nice. I like it. Really? Right in the middle of the road. Okay. Interestingly, it changed the whole texture from actual roads to actual just dirt. I don't know if that's a new feature. It feels new. One thing it is nice, I found a helmet light mod already when I was ransacking Rex place. So nice. I don't have to worry about you guys not being able to see now. Oh yeah, what a shot. I need to decide where I'm going to put my perk points. Now, what I was doing before was deep cuts. I may just go ahead and continue to do that. For now, why not? Why am I saying this with a question mark? Who knows? I think this place will do fairly fine for first base. I know this POI well. It's the one with the underground bunker space. However, the whole wall section is like concrete. So all I got to really do is take out the stairs, and I can kind of just live safely up here for a minute. I completely didn't realize that I actually picked up a herbal antibiotic, so that's the infection cleared. I just picked up a cooking pot on day 1. Brilliant.
Oh, crack shot.
Okay, so it's officially the night of day 1. I went ahead and knocked out the stairs, so the zombies have no way of getting up to me there. And I also just knocked out the middle of this walkway, in case for some reason they get any bright ideas of coming around that way. So we're safe, we're here for the night. I've unlocked the recipe for the forge. Unfortunately, I don't have any duct tape or... Oh, I do have glue. Look at that. Can I make the duct tape? Beautiful. Okay, so I can make a forge. No, I can't. No leather. There's always something, right? Um, yeah, we've gone ahead and knocked out a load of these. I'll probably just do what I can in the night. Other than that, what did I find? The head torch, the cooking pot, set up a very basic home. Yeah, so I'll see you on day 2. So, nothing to really report from the night, except for the fact that you might notice my health is on 71 out of 103. I was on the roof, just having a look around, and I tried to jump from the roof over to here, landed in the spikes. So, yeah. Ooh, very nice. I found a hunting knife. And you notice this gold star? Yep, that's one of the new additions. So this has better melee damage, better power attack damage, and better block damage. So if I combine this with like a level 2, I think it will turn into a level 2 knife with these benefits. If I can get some extra points in here, even better. So yeah, day 2, we got our knife again. Okay, we got a stone axe level 1, but this one's got more melee damage. I don't really care about melee damage on stone axe, but I guess why not? It's level 1, right? So yeah, I'll take that. This time we got a stone shovel, attacks per minute. Again, not something I really want on a shovel. So not all of these upgrades, I guess, are as super as they look. Kind of irrelevant. I don't know. So, look, I can afford the wrench. Something I was so badly trying to do on the last save. So, now I buy that. All I've got to do is unlock the recipe for the workbench and unlock the recipe for the motorcycle. And we're already ahead of the last playthrough. Great news. While looting the destroyed forge, I did find a level 3 anvil. So, these things have levels to them as well again. And there's my bicycle. Oh, we got a level 4 pipe machine gun. Range damage, rounds per minute, max durability. Nice. God damn it. Well, I had a fight with a bird and I'm infected again. So, I think this is my second job now, and I just found a cigar, so I don't know, I think it's a bit early to tell. We're 2 days in. I don't really want to say just yet if the game's gotten any easier, any more difficulty. Oh, sorry, any more difficult. It's kind of really hard to tell, right? Because, you know, loot and stuff like that is kind of completely random. Not completely random, but, you know, there's an element of randomness to it. So I don't know if the game's really gotten more difficult, if the loot's gotten more generous. Um, like I said, it's kind of too early to tell. But I'm having luck so far. I mean, if it really feels that much more generous in terms of loot, that's why we have the modifiers now. That's why we have sandbox mode that's going to let us change loot levels, and we might want to adjust the certain types of loot to appear more often or less often. I'm sure there are YouTubers out there that are really already thinking about what kind of series that they want to make and have all sorts of like brainstormed ideas about what would be good content for you guys. So I'm gonna try and give it some thought myself, but for now, yeah, I'm really just enjoying this. But you know, we're only on day 2. It's still very early. So yeah, one thing I noticed is that this computer screen definitely looks different. This graphic is surely an addition, unless I'm having some sort of Mandela effect. So yeah, you know, for the most part, it still looks like 2.6. Just a few graphical additions, nothing too crazy. I also want to make a point and talk about the performance. This is an unstable build, so it's not really like, you know, properly released, but you know, these games and 7 days, it kind of is and isn't released at the same time. Um, but it feels pretty good, you know. It doesn't feel like the game's like struggling or lagging or anything like that. Um, there may be a slight stutter to kind of just some of the FPS, but I don't know if that's going to come through on YouTube, and that's very much a me thing and probably my graphic capabilities rather than the game's performance, I think. Wrecked as a jar of honey. I'm just going to buy it, get rid of that infection. I've got a lot of loot drops already, and again, it's really difficult to say if that's because the game is more generous with them or if I've just had more luck with them. I really couldn't say. But what are we, day 2? I've had a blue one. I've had a couple of yellows, like 4 or 5 maybe. Yeah. Again, it's really difficult to say, am I lucky or has the game been changed in a sense like that? I don't really know. Okay, so we're just about to hit the end of day 2. Progress is going really well. More cooking pots, obviously the anvil. I've got 2 wheels. Mechanical parts are fine, but I've also got my wrench, so I'm not worried about that. Plenty of repair kits. I will probably take one for my knife. Like I said, the cigar. I do have these fitting mods, which I think I'll just throw into these boots that I found. So, yeah, it kind of feels like I've been getting really lucky so far this early playthrough. I know I've said that a couple of times now, but is that down to, you know, the game being generous, or is it down to my settings? Yeah, I'm kind of scratching my head. I don't really know. It's gonna take more playtesting, but rather than me keep sitting here saying the same thing over and over, probably just gonna say, you know, make sure you check out some other people's playthroughs as well, because I think it's gonna be kind of a rounded experience, and we'll all find out pretty quickly if we need to start turning our loot luck down and stuff like that. I'm playing on warrior mode. Obviously, that affects the strength of the zombies or that malarkey. I'm not quite sure if that affects loot or anything in the update. I probably should have checked that in hindsight. But yeah, we'll see as we go. And between episodes, I'm going to do a bit of research here and there and just find out kind of what's really going on in the wider sense. But yeah, I'd love to hear your thoughts and experiences. So one thing I should also mention is that we have obviously unlocked the forge recipe. We've got the wrench. We unlocked the bike recipe. The only thing we're missing at this point is the workbench, which is one book away. Okay, day 3. So in the night, I made myself an extra stone axe, an extra stone shovel. I've obviously got the 2 pipe machine guns, so we're gonna go and check out that combined station now. Okay, so here we are. So if I use this and then I put stone axe 2 here, stone axe 1 here, boom, I get stone axe 2 with the benefit. So then I take that and move it there. Perfect. I mean, that's very, very easy and straightforward. Obviously, these are not very exciting benefits at this point. However, see, there isn't really a benefit for me to combine these 2, right? Unless does it repair it? It kind of repairs it in a sense. Not that that's expensive, but okay, that's one way of looking at it. Obviously, the more we go in and the more things we find, the more exciting it will get and the more benefits we can get. Yeah, I like it. So yeah, I was just doing some thinking, walking back from Rex, and I guess the combined station kind of reminds me a little bit of how things used to be in 7 Days to Die, in the sense that you had to go and find different pieces of weapons. If you have never played that far back, yeah, you wouldn't just find a gun or just find, like, you know, machete parts or machine gun parts. You'd have to find the different elements of the weapon itself, and I always thought that was a cool addition. I guess they just kind of wanted to simplify it and make it a way so that, you know, it was a bit easier for people to find weapons rather than just constantly finding pieces of weapons. I think for a survival game, if we're going to move back into the element of sandboxing, then I think it would be a good approach for them to kind of bring in bits and pieces again like they used to. It seems like it'd be a nice addition again. And then I guess with the combined station, you know, if you had some sort of customization over your weapon. Obviously you've got paint colors and stuff like that, but if you could give your, I don't know, give your weapon a name, put a nickname on it or something like that, that might be fun. Yeah, just some spitball ideas. I think in the future could make it more personal. You know, the weapons would feel a little bit more like your weapons, and you'd want to kind of hang on to them. So, food for thought. Another loot bag. Oh look, okay, and I've got two now. So this one is melee damage. This one is also melee damage. This is the nice one. Block, stamina, attacks per minute, and max durability. This is the money maker right here. I want to keep this one for sure. But and then I guess combined with the melee damage, the only thing we're missing is repair amount. So if we find another stone axe with repair amount, perfect. We're in great shape. This has a higher melee damage than this. I don't know how it works if you just keep stacking and stacking and stacking, so let me just hang on to them for now and then we'll go check later. Okay, right, so let's go have a look. This one is melee damage 8.3. This one is melee damage 6.6. This is still... Well, hang on a minute. No, that's the wrong one. My bad. This is the one I want. That's 8.3. That's 6.9. Still 8.3. So it doesn't actually make a difference. It's not like the melee damages stack up on top of each other. I guess if this melee damage was higher than 8.3, it would simply just pull the level 2 up to whatever this was. So, okay, that's one way of looking at it. And then of course we add the other stone axe, and then yeah, this bad boy gets a bonus in everything apart from repair amount so far. So saying that, I don't even think repair amount is a stat that can change, right? It's like the stone axe is the stone axe based on how much it repairs. So I think I have like a fully upgraded stone axe now in every slot. Amazing. We're on day 3. Okay, I'll take it. And just another thought actually on these sort of, I don't know, what do you want to call them, perks? I think they're great, but like, for example, a stone shovel, I get that melee damage is calculated in the game, but I mean, who gives a shit about it being a stat that you can sort of perk and upgrade, like attacks per minute? Stone shovel, you're never gonna use it as a weapon. Like, there's no point, there's no benefit. You may as well just change some of these stats. Or maybe take them out entirely. I don't know. You have block damage and you have stamina cost, max durability. Maybe there's something else that you can add in here instead of melee damage, power attack damage, and attacks per minute. None of that's really relevant. So yeah. One thing I am still looking for is this Forged Ahead book. I'm still on 9. If I can just find the book, then we have the workbench, and I am at the same pace that I was in the other series a day earlier. So yeah, I'm glad I just kind of started from scratch, to be honest with you. It'd be nice to have the Easy Gun Pack mod weapons, but we'll see. Maybe I'll just add them in later or on a different playthrough. I don't actually have to, and the only reason I use them is because I've always thought that the guns in this, they're okay, but there isn't enough variety. Like, there should be way more weapons than there are, even if a lot of the weapons are kind of like makeshift. Like, you have pipe rifles and pipe shotguns and stuff like that, right? But wouldn't it be really cool if you could make homemade weapons, but that are higher tier rather than just kind of those shitty scrap ones? Like a homemade machine gun that is kind of like on par or better than a light machine gun, or better than an AK-47. It would definitely add to the apocalyptic aesthetic. I think that would be another good addition that they should think about in this game. And there is my book. Lovely. So yeah, I'm ahead where we was before. Ow. I got shocked. That's a load of bullshit because I stood on top of the zombie, missed stabbing the other guy, and hit the freaking machine instead. And now I'm infected again. Class, man. Class. Is it me, or does it feel like it takes longer to fill up a murky water? I don't know. I'm sure it wasn't that long before. Another loot bag drop. I mean, at this point, it's... what? I don't know. Maybe I'm just really suffering from, like, positive reinforcement. Is that the term that you'd use there? Um... I don't know, man. Just it feels way more generous. So I don't think I'm gonna turn the loot down just yet. But honestly, if we get to like night 7 for the first blood moon and I'm already in like great shape, I've already got like, machine guns and a mini bike and stuff like that, then I think definitely there needs to be some sort of adjustment. Um, in terms of books, my vehicles are at 9. I'm almost halfway there to a mini bike. I have not put a point into Grease Monkey or anything like that. So, I don't want to sort of fuel my own conspiracy theory, but it is starting to feel like this has been a pretty generous playthrough. So, I don't know. Maybe I'm just lucky. Okay, so we're just about at the end of day 3. We're in the final hour now, and I think this is probably going to be a good time to wrap up. We've made good progress. We've made better progress than we did on the first save, but yeah, I'm not really too sure if this is down to just pure luck in terms of what I've been finding, or if there's really generally been some change to loot and the abundance. So let me know what you think. I kind of want to get your perspective on it. Um, just so we can just sort of see what's really been going on. Again, I love this element of combining items together. I think that's a fantastic addition. I'll have to have a look at some of the settings a little bit more in depth, and then, yeah, I don't know. I guess I don't really just want to do what other people are doing. I kind of want my own unique experience, but we'll see what's kind of grooving in the community and what people are enjoying. So yeah, I think we'll wrap up for now. Thanks for watching. Appreciate the support, and we'll see you on day 4.